Hey y'all, it is Crafty Hope here, and welcome to my ICAD card 19. For this one, I was using the prompt Sand or Sandcastle was the Daisy Yellow prompt, and then Catalog was the mixed media ICAD prompt. Now, I do use both of these, but I end up covering them both up and you never see them. So I've sped this up just a little bit. This is a couple pages from a catalog, and I crumpled them up and was gonna put them down in the background. And here's somewhere it hit me that I could try the transfer technique that I've seen. I think it was Michelle Mickelnay do with the Uhu glue stick, where you put down a paper and then you peel it up and it is transferred. And as you see there, it kind of worked. It's kind of neat. So I decided to go ahead and go with that. Again, this because of what I end up doing, I don't like what becomes of this here in a little bit, but I want to show you the process it took me to get there. So I started with this to cover my bases for the catalog prompt. And if you don't know much about ICAD, I have some information about below, but it stands for Index Card a Day and is a challenge from Tammy of Daisy Yellow. She's also Gypsy999 on Instagram, and she on her website has information about it, and she has prompts for it, and also Nina Fickett has prompts of her own. All right, so I think I showed you there I was going to use some texture paste. We'll get to that in a minute. First, I decided to throw down some color with these dilution paints. I don't know what color these are. I will put them in the description box below, along with links if I can find them. So I've got some kind of turquoisey blue and then a bright hot pink there. And I'm sorry I don't know the colors. I guess I wasn't very prepared for this one. I don't know. All right, so I get those down, and then I'm going to come in with, I think it is, oh, okay. Am I going to do the stencil? We're going to see. Okay, that is, I think, is that a Julie Balzer stencil from Crafter's Workshop? I'm not sure. I think it is, but I don't quote me on that. But I've also got some Prima Marketing Finnabair texture paste. This is the sand texture paste, and or the white sand texture paste, and that covers my base for the sand or sandcastle prompt there. So there is some Dynaflow ink in probably bright yellow. Again, I will put the name of them below. I apologize for not having more information. I was just trying to get something down that would highlight that sand texture. So I got that, I dried it, and then I have some acrylic ink. I think that's what that is. It may be watercolor ink. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm so unprepared with this one. I edited all these photos the other day. All these videos the other day. I knew I would just come back and do the voiceovers, and I can't remember what all I had going on here. So I put that black ink down. Just, again, I'm trying to get the texture of that sand paste there. And this card is quickly becoming a hot mess. And I know the more I wet it, the more I play with it, the more I'm losing the texture of that sand paste. I'm gonna go in with a couple dots of a Sharpie paint pen, but as I'm doing this, I'm realizing, yeah, that I'm just not liking this. So I quickly change gears, and I am gonna dry it, and I've got this, I think that's an Anita's acrylic in a brown. Again, I'll have what color it is below if you're interested. And I'm just putting that down on top of all of this stuff, just trying to start anew. I think I'm going to throw down a little bit of, some kind of light brown. I thought that was the, oyster beige, but I don't think it is. Again, I'm sorry. I'm just out of my mind with these today. I don't know. But I'm just putting that in there just for a little contrast of color. Again, I really want to bring out that texture of that sand paste that I put down. So I am blending these two browns. just quickly, um, trying to get it moved around. Nothing, I don't know, nothing specific. I just didn't want lines on there. I could see some straight lines from where I'd put the paint down, and I didn't want that. All right, so I think I'm going to dry this paint real quick. Yeah. Makes sense. So once I get that dry, it's really nice. And I've got that ink again and a watery paintbrush. And I am going to, again, go over all of that texture I created with that sand paste. So I'm pretty excited about that. Because really, that was, the key for me. I will not bring catalog back into this, unfortunately. I just couldn't figure out a way to do it, but I got really consumed with that texture paste there. So I'm getting my black on there to kind of get into some of the grooves and all of that of the texture. And then I guess that's a baby wipe that I'm wiping some of it up and trying to get some of those darker lines out. I did that really lightly, and then I'm going to go back again over the texture again. So I was frantic with this, y'all. I know I've got this video down to 10 minutes, but this was a process that it just took far too long. So I did speed some of this up, cut out some of the things you didn't need to see. I did keep the hot mess. Just to remind you that, if it becomes a hot mess and you're not liking what you've got going on there, seriously, y'all, do something else. Cover it up with paint, collage over it, tear it up, whatever you need to do. All right, so these are some also Prima Marketing Finnabair. They're like a wax metal accent, and oh my gosh, I will have what color this is. This is like an antique bronze or gold, and I think you're supposed to use a paintbrush with it, but I just used my finger. I like to be able to control where stuff like that goes a little bit more, so I use my finger with it, and I know I shouldn't, but I did. So, and I'm rubbing this specifically over the areas where the texture paste is, but it's also making sure I'm getting it on the card too, and that really adds to the effect. You'll see in the pictures I've got at the end, like how much this looks like a neat distressed metal. Look at that, y'all. From that hot mess a minute ago, I am loving that. So I decided I need to do a little something else. I was really feeling like a blue on here with this brown. So I grabbed some embroidery floss and I'm cutting just a wonky hole in my card. I punched a hole and then kind of put my scissors in and cut around it. So there's just a wonky hole, and I've got some kind of teal blue embroidery floss that I'm just going to start in the back. I've tied a knot in it, and I'm going to just do some straight lines across it to add an accent. And I'm going to speed this up a little bit because there's nothing really to it. I went across it, went down, and then back across, and then back down through. Anyway, you'll see. And once I get that done, I'm just going to tie it off and be done with this card, y'all. That was it. It was so, it took a lot to get there, but what became of it, I really, really like. It's pretty awesome. I didn't even add a sentiment, which is a little odd for me, but hey, whatever. All right, guys, if you have any questions about this, don't be shy. Please ask. And if you don't have questions, you just want to tell me something or, whatever, please introduce yourself. Let me know if you've got a channel I should be watching, if you've got ideas of how I could have bettered this. I would love to know. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Keep on crafting on. Bye.